What's going on, guys? We are back and we have another replay analysis from Masochistic Cannibal. So let's get right into it. We're going to call him Cannibal from now on. Or, I'm sorry, I don't know why I called him Cannibal. A cannibal. My apologies. So he is a shooting star, Div, what was it? It was Div 5. Yeah, shooting star Div 5. This is 2v2. He's actually a Japanese player. So his time frames were a little bit different, but he actually got this replay analyzed by going to the coaching tier on patreon.com/Gibbs000, so you guys can check that out there. Of course, there's always the replay analysis tier as well. That's by itself, and that is there's 8 of them per month. I tell people to switch off after they've been charged for the month, so we don't get repeat people over and over again. We might have some giveaways coming up from some people that forgot to switch and they want to give away their secondary replays. So we might have some giveaways, so look out for that as well, along with all the other giveaways that I'll be doing soon. You should start seeing them popping up probably within the week. But yeah, so let's get right into this replay and let's go over it. We're going to start over because that's what we like to do. I don't believe he was playing with a teammate. I believe I can actually check that. No, because it's the same button as that. Let's go into options real quick and let's figure this out, because god damn it, no one wants to see what the options are. Show controls, no. Get rid of this shit, Psionics. God damn it. Here we go. Yeah, he's playing by himself. First face off, not bad. He's also rocking actually a pretty decent paint. Like, I thought he was Harold for a second, so not too bad. I didn't even realize they showed paintings in replays, but we'll continue from here. This was a little awkward. From what I can see here, right now, you can kind of tell that Harold is going to win this ball. So he should be starting to at least turn around. Maybe I'll even just go grab that mid boost and start to rotate in from there. Because right there, he wins it pretty cleanly. It takes him a really long time to turn around. Of course, a Lake Superior, he does get the hit right after. So it's good not to attack it, but just be sideways so you can make one of those two decisions of either going forward or going back. Nice dunk there by Harold. I do like the patience here a little bit. So let's go back here. So this patience is actually pretty good, because a lot of players would just fly to this ball, hit it off the wall, and be like, where's my teammate? Like, I passed it out to the middle, there was no teammate. Harold is obviously out of the play for a really long time. So is one of the other guys, Lake Superior. Now, Lake Michigan over here, the greater lake, obviously, because it's located in the United States. He still has a chance at this ball, kind of, but not really. He also doesn't have a great play in this ball either. He goes straight to the net, hits off the post. At this point, this is when Cannibal should be trying to maybe aerial and just tip it towards the net. Because right now, Lake Michigan is completely out of the play. He's flailing around in his net. Even if it's a really soft shot, it's worth the opportunity because of what Michigan is doing in net. But instead, he waits a little too long. He actually just starts his aerial completely from like a 0 speed on the ground, which normally, like, you want to be going towards the ball. Like, I always say, don't go too fast on the ground, because then it's harder to correct. But you shouldn't be starting at 0 when you have to get try and get to this ball pretty quickly. This play was kind of just a blunder, and then he doesn't even try and aerial around it and like hook around it for a shot. He kind of just throws himself at the card, because at that point, he has to try and block whatever Superior is about to do. Another good dunk by Harold. This is a smart play, very smart play here. So again, so I do like that he doesn't attack the ball right away. He sees that Superior has the ball, and then like the best thing that you can do is just try and figure out where Superior is going to try and clear it. Usually they'll try and panic clear it across their net, because they're always worried about just throwing it back to the other team by throwing it up the middle. So he plays this well, just gets ready for that clear, and just kind of dunks over Superior for the goal. Smart play there. Sometimes it's so much better to position yourself where the enemy team's about to hit it, rather than try and take that first hit on yourself. So good patient play from Cannibal. That one aerial was pretty bad mishap, but it wasn't. But it didn't end the non-goal. Right here's a really good pass. So he charges this. He jumps early. I'm trying to figure out why he jumps early here. So it looks like Superior, the only thing Superior was going to do is hit it left or maybe back to his teammate. I'm surprised he jumps here. I don't really understand that, but it does work out. He does get the ball to go off the curve, which is what you want to do to get that nice high pass to a teammate. The reason why you want high passes right in front of someone's net is not necessarily so they score it every time. It's so the goalies have to fly up to defend it, which means normally they panic and both go up. But at the same time, like if only one goes up, it's probably going to be a juicy rebound. Plus, he uses a lot of boost. Right there, Harold actually dunks this down fantastically. Good job by Cannibal to come back and score it with the dunk. So good play by him, not rotating all the way out, trying to see what type of shot Harold had because it was a really good pass. Sometimes it's good to cheat around and look to see what's about to happen. This play's pretty decent. Not perfect. Good save there, though. Great save there, actually. So what he was trying to do here was hit the ball softly so there's no angle for a shot from Superior, which he almost does. He does it just a little bit too hard so it hits that wall early. Like if that ball drops right in front of the curve, perfect play. Instead, it hits off that wall, and Superior actually does get an angle on a shot. But great reaction there. It was actually a really good play because he actually turns inside his net. Like, he uses a lot of patience here. Like, instead of jumping right away, he actually turns inside his net so he gets every little inch possible for the save and hits it off the back of his car so the ball wants to shoot off the back and then barely makes that save, which was a great job there. Here, he should probably just go for the boost. At least trust your teammate there. Harold made the play. He didn't go for boost. That's perfectly reasonable. Sometimes you don't want to trust your teammate. This play's good, too. So Harold gets the tip. It's kind of awkward. You know Lake Michigan is going to come at it. So the best thing to do is hit it right at Michigan as long as you're right behind the ball, which is what he does here. Pretty good play because he stays right behind the ball. See how he stayed behind the ball? So no matter what type of hit that Michigan will get, it's going to hit off him again. It's right off the Jazer sign there. More guys, and let's continue on. Harold pushing the ball up, trying to get that mid boost. It doesn't matter. Harold gets the goal. So the reason why this play works is because Michigan makes a little bit of a blunder here. He's trying to retreat out. What he should be doing, see, he's trying to turn here to keep the ball in possession. But being that last man back, right after this hit happens, it looks like Harold's right underneath the ball. It's like Michigan should just let the ball come to him. He tries to attack it instead. He also power slides pretty poorly, so it goes completely sideways instead of trying to turn with it right here. He loses all momentum, and now his jump is going to kind of suck. Like Harold gets it over him right there. Sometimes it's better to just let the play come to you, go all the way back to your net, and make the easy save. Because Harold was only at the midfield line, probably didn't have too many dribble moves left, and he probably could have made a better play there because his other teammate was right behind him as well to pressure Harold into just throwing it on net. But instead, he went for the attack, which was not a good idea. Here we go. Moving around. Getting that mid boost and just staying midfield is good. Right here, I would start backing up a little bit. This is actually a pretty poor hit by Superior. Right there, I would probably start backing up just a little bit more. Because if Superior hits that off the bounce, well, he could clear that out really, really well. But it worked out for him. He still could have made up that time, like, even if he didn't. And let's see what type of play he does. He tries for the patient play. It doesn't really work. What I probably would have done here, if you want to make the other player have to commit to something, you let that ball roll out a little bit further, so at least it gives you the option for the shot directly or the pop and then like the double touch shot as well. Instead, he kind of attacks this ball just a little bit too soon, so he doesn't have a shot right now because if it hits the car like this, it's not going to go inside post. He could have just got behind the ball and probably just thrown it in really quickly and beat Superior, but I see what he's trying to do. It does fake out Superior, but the angle was just off. And he just tried for that fake just a little bit too early on in that play. This play, it's just hard to read. Like this, I can understand it. It's hard to see both players and where they can attack the ball at once. Michigan is right under him, though. So obviously, like, this is just a bad play. It happens where Michigan just beats him to the ball. That's going to happen on every level of play. Just got to try and read the cards a little bit better. Now, this play I did not like. He was very impatient here. These plays, like, I know they're scary, but you have to attack this ball right after it hits the wall. Right there, he could have easily came out and just thrown that ball up his own wall. Instead, he let Michigan get that secondary hit, and he also tried to attack it afterwards, when this is definitely Michigan's ball. He's there already, so this is his ball for sure. That's why you have to attack this right away. Instead, he goes for it and thinking that Michigan is just going to whiff on it, which does not happen. Turns into A pretty easy pass attempt, but Michigan accidentally pops it up the curve and screws him over there. Oh, no, and the panic hit here. He has all the time in the world. He boosts just a little bit too much. You want to stay behind this ball. The ball's not going fast enough where the ball will outrun you, so then you want to be behind the ball and then use your speed to hit it in for the easy shot. This is just kind of like a panic hit. He hears the other guy behind him, just kind of whiffs. He knows he whiffs, you know, it happens. But just got to be careful on those. There, he's moving back. All right, so here's a decent play attempt. All right, so this is where he messes up here. This first boost, that boost right there where he starts to move up a little bit too soon, this is what I'm talking about being on the ground and using that momentum. You don't need a lot of momentum when the ball is coming back towards you compared to like last time when the ball was just sitting still, when you have to go attack the ball. Like, this ball is basically attacking you, so all you have to do is get up and then use your boost to change your momentum in the air if you so choose. But if he boosts a little bit too far under the ball, then continues his speed, and now realize, hey, I'm way too far under this ball. At this point, I would just retreat and give up on it. But the problem is with a lot of players, they want to right their wrongs right away. And here, he goes underneath the ball. Excuse me. Excuse me. Ooh. So he goes underneath the ball and then tries for the aerial. A much harder of a play and doesn't get the play at all. Nice bump, though, on the other guy. But at the same time, I realized that I lost the stuff. Don't look, spoilers. There we go. Look, we lost the tags there for a second. But he bumps the one, but Michigan has a pretty easy shot there. Harold really can't do much. And that's just in twos. You can't put yourself out of the play for that long. Threes, that's fine, like if you miss an aerial like that. But twos, you really can't do that. That's why those passes are really risky as well, to pass it for a really hard backboard shot around this level. Because your teammates will want to go up, but there's a good probability that they'll miss. Here, Harold misses a wide open net, so now they're even on the blue side. Harold going for the pass. This turnaround, I didn't actually like at all, but it worked out because Harold just completely whiffed on it. It's tough because in twos, there is a trust factor that has to go in with teammates. Like, this looks like a very passable ball. He should have started driving away from Harold. Excuse me again. Woo, throat. Got something in the back of it. I'm still getting over my sickness. But we got Harold coming up here. This could have been a great passing play. But Harold, he gets greedy here. He actually goes for the shot. He tries to get around the ball and go for the shot when he could have easily passed it across the net and made a play. And then it was just a fast break opportunity. I don't blame Cannibal for this because he could have had this pass play. I didn't really like that turn back. He probably could have just stayed sideways. But even still, you can't. Harold should have had a hit there, and I see why he was trying to trust him. This angle, though, going back isn't the greatest. He should have just went back to net. What you should try and do is drive to your inside post. So drive to the post on the right in the frame right now, just to guard all angles. But instead, he drove towards the ball when that's definitely Superior's ball, and you're not going to cut off an angle there. What you can do is cut off an angle later towards your net, but I don't think it would have mattered much here. And there's a goal. And that's mostly just because of a whiff again. 2 whiffs in a row by the blue side. And in twos, if someone whiffs and takes you out of the play, a lot of things can go wrong because the other player might also be waiting for your hit. So then it takes both players out of position. Nice save there. Nice retreat back. I actually want to see where Superior was. I thought he might have been able to score this. Oh, he was like super far back. So he's heading back. He tries to rotate up. Oh, that last little turn, which is understandable, this turn here, because it's about to be a 50-50, hard to read. But then he turns there where it looks like it's already past him. Obviously, that's split-second decision-making, but that extra little half turn. And then the angle that he comes at this ball is actually really, really poor. So this is what I'm talking about. Trying to minimize your distance to a ball, or to a play. A lot of people waste a lot of time trying to, recorrect how they're turning. You see here, let's just go 5%. Right here, he's driving exactly at the ball. The ball is not going to stay there. It's not going 0 miles per hour. It's going towards the net. He should already be trying to lead the ball. Like how they say when you're playing soccer and you're trying to lead someone on a pass. Like, you don't pass to where they are. When they're running, you pass in front of them. Same thing in football with wide receivers. Like, you don't throw where they are, you throw where they're going. So here, you drive towards where the ball is going. He drives pretty poorly here because he's kind of just angled right at the ball. And And then he kind of just like self-corrects a little bit here or there, but he's still just driving right at the ball. And this is why now he's actually driving away from the ball towards that side, and then he has to recorrect there. That little bit of turning that he has to do here, when he could have easily made like a more diagonal angle. I guess it would be this way. I don't know. My camera's not exactly the perfect way for this, but he could have made up so much more distance and maybe got a goal here. It was hard to tell, but see how close it was. The Cannibal making the save. That was a game of inches or feet, and that could have been a lot better driving to make the play happen by Superior. That's why you always want to drive effectively during your games. Like, some people forget that, like, a lot of this game is just trying to be like in a good spot, and the best way to be in the good spot is to drive the shortest distance possible. A lot of people forget that, like, when they're on walls, they'll drive all the way off it. It's better to actually flip off the walls half the time, so you don't have to drive all the way down. But just be aware of those plays. And then this dive is kind of pointless. Not a huge fan of this. He goes for the first shot, doesn't really work. He's trying for some type of dunk, but then that side flip just kind of ruins the entire dunk, because Superior is going to hit it to the other side. He kind of throws himself out of the play. Luckily, he didn't land too poorly there. He kind of bounced off the wall pretty favorably. But this is a good kill. Just throw it to the side. And I understand why he challenged that. He has 0 boost, though. He's got to go to the middle. Harold whiffed on the pass. Now it's time to just retreat. Looks like they have plenty of time. Harold kind of called him off there. That's fine. Harold again going for a little fancy play. He's got a shot attempt here. And what I always say is, when the ball's bouncing off a wall and a goalie's coming out, you always want to try and shoot to that near post. That's usually your best opportunity. He's kind of far away from this ball, so probably doesn't matter. Like, Superior's there. But you see how much room he has on that near post? He could have, if he was there like at 2 feet ahead of time, he could have snuck that in, because Superior didn't try and block that at all. A nice bump and play again. And good little chip over Superior. Like, I like this play, just throwing it up the wall. All he had to do there was just get a little bit of a tap. Harold was waiting. But once again, it's 2v2s. And when you miss a ball, your teammate is trusting you to hit it. It turns into a goal. All 3 goals against Blue have been just because one of them has missed a ball and both players are out of position because of it. So, got to be very careful and choose like the balls that you try and make happen. And try and put yourself in positions where it's not a hard pass. Not much he can do here. What he did poorly was, first, this clear. He had plenty of time. He actually... So this is a different from his first save, where he actually drove into his own net to make the save. He had plenty of time here. He could have done the same thing here, where he could have drove into the net, circled around, and played the bounce clear. But instead, he plays it as it lands, and that's like the weakest hit that you can have. And he threw it right back at the 2 orange players. Not a great play here. Like, you want to hit it like off the front of your car and throw it into your own corner, if anything. So the play doesn't work out here. Superior gets the tip, and then not much he can do there. The ball just kind of ricochets off him. But it all started with the bad clear. Take your time on those. When no one's around, wait for the bounce and get the monster clear when you can. Oh, really bad reaction time there. So he tries to shoot up a little bit, but doesn't really... But then he just jumps at that. Like, it's just a panic jump. Like, gotta be careful of these panic jumps. Sometimes it's better, like, if you can't save... excuse me. Whew. If you can't save the shot, and you're not sure if it's in, stay on the ground, wait for the ball to come back. Maybe it's off the crossbar, and you can make a play. There, it was just kind of like a late reaction panic attempt, but he wasn't even close to it, so it just took him out of the play. Gotta be very careful of that. I like the boost grab. It's not the end of the world. I like the little toss up. That should be a goal for Harold. Beautiful play here. So, this happens because Orange misses here, because Michigan just with the whiff. And then he takes his time here. So I like that double pop. It keeps the goalie not sure what to do there. But Superior easily could have the save. This was actually a really poor play by him. Alright, so actually he did drive up a little bit. So Superior's got to defend that near post in case Cannibal goes for it. But Cannibal instead goes for the pass. Beautiful air shot. And then Superior's just kind of out of position. He could have jumped earlier and then tried to aerial underneath the ball. But it was a very awkward aerial, which didn't work out at all there. So, there we go. Moving on. Good play by Cannibal there, making up for that last goal. Or, like, the last 2, actually. So, he still has time to make up for this one as well. So that's a good pass by Superior. Almost a good pass by Michigan as well. They have 10 seconds left. He's just got to drive this ball forward. Not the greatest drive forward, but that was a really poor play by Michigan. Like, extremely poor play by Michigan. Let's go into it. Why it was so poor. So right here, Cannibal gives up possession right there. The ball is gently going into your own zone. Harold's nowhere nearby. You don't have to panic and hit this ball. Like, all this does is just give the ball to Harold. Not a great ball at all. He could have easily left this ball for Superior. Instead, he basically sets up a perfect pass for Harold. And then Superior, let's just look here as well. Harold with the shot. I understand what he's trying to do, but, like, ball's not in. He kind of just goes for the panic, like something. Like, the ball's past him at that point. You can't really make a play. Again, sometimes it's better when you can't make a play to just get ready for whatever happens off the post. But a little bit panicky there, but great shot by Harold to get the angle. And looks like we're on into overtime. Here we go, overtime. This Cannibal must... I don't know why I keep calling Cannibal. Must be very thrilled that we're even in overtime after his two big mistakes in the last minute. This play right here, bad play. That just gave up possession. The only time that you want to send the ball into their zone generally is if you have open space and you want to get some new boost, or if you clear it really high and then like you can try and make the next play after they fly for it. Here he does neither. So he actually times this really well for the bounce, and he could easily just sat on the ground and got a really high clear. Instead, just throws it right to Michigan. And now Michigan can set up a play for himself. Harold with the whiff. Ooh, luckily Superior missed that. A Cannibal. I just can't say his name anymore. Just can't make the play there. He's kind of just bird watching at that point, hoping for the best. Good play here. Just putting it into open space. Just get it by the one car. I do like this backwards play. Trying to keep the pressure on. Doesn't work out to be the greatest pass in the world. That's fine. Harold went for the play on the wall, but those curves are always deadly. This is dangerous. Oh, he got so lucky that Michigan did not read that properly and gets the clear. Let's see what he can do off the wall here. Nothing really, but that's fine. It's better than him flailing off the wall and taking himself out of position. Oh, no! The handbrake. Killer here. Harold whiffs on this, and he actually has a chance here, but he handbrakes, turns sideways, and royally fucks himself there. Luckily, again, Superior misses the shot. Right here, just attack that ball as quickly as you can. Throw it back off your back wall. Don't let Superior get that easy shot, which he does. And Superior should have attacked this ball actually quicker. I want to go back to Superior. So these plays are tough when you get that clear. See that clear? What he does is he gets greedy and goes for the shot immediately. What he should have done, just go right at that ball, attack it. Like, even if you don't have the angle, throw it back to the mid for your teammate, because the other team is also going to panic dive at that ball. Instead, he tries to wait for the shot, and then he loses ball possession from that. And here we go, Michigan versus Cannibal. No, he loses out. Unfortunate here. He needs to attack this ball sooner, obviously. So once he decides to go in that corner, right when he drove towards that corner, you got to attack this ball. It's a tough play because it could easily center for the other team. What I would have done is let Michigan try for the pass to the mid, drive to your net, see what happens. It's not the greatest spot for you in the world, but that might be a better play. Let at least two guys be in the right position to beat you instead of just one. Because right there, Michigan, all he needed to do was throw the ball towards the net, and then Superior could easily finish it. If you go to the net, then Michigan has to make a really nice pass, and Superior has to do a really nice shot over you somehow. But instead, he goes to the play. It's a lot... so that play was extremely risky for overtime. So during the regular game, like I could see going for that, but not in overtime when you desperately need to not let anything in. But yeah, that's the replay analysis right there, guys. I'm not going to say his name again because I keep screwing it up. But thank you guys so much for the support. And yeah, we'll see you next time. Bye.